Okay, so today I'm with Margaret Williams again. Margaret and I have had lots of conversations over the last few months, but this is our second live together. So, welcome, Margaret. It's lovely to see you again, and welcome everybody that's joining. Um, the first live I did with Margaret was about, I don't know, 2 months ago, maybe. It was around May time, wasn't it? Late April, May. And Margaret, if you haven't seen the live yet, and it's on both of our home pages if you want to have a look, because Margaret wasn't in a good place when I spoke to her. She had a lot of anger, I'm sure she wouldn't mind me saying that, about her employer, which is the US government. Um, and we're going to pick up from there, because where we left off at the end of that, this is who I am. She was saying, well, I've had all this experience. Now I'm in a place where I don't feel appreciated. I'm not happy. In fact, it's really bringing my health down. So Margaret was thinking, what would she do next? And she hadn't got long to go before retirement. So at that point, she was thinking, well, I'll hang on, but I'm hating it. And I think you'd ask for changes and they never happen. So take it from there, Margaret. First of all, how are you feeling today?
100% better in
Yeah.
comparison to where I was before. And Sue, I really want to thank you so much for this opportunity and for your friendship.
Oh,
And it did mean the world to me, going through difficult times like that, and living in Anchorage, Alaska by myself and my dogs. Fortunately, I have met a few people here, and which has been so comforting. So the thing of it was, I was at the fork in the road. Okay, Donald Trump, I want to thank him for recognizing that the government needed to change. It did. It honestly did. Because for people like me, I give 100%. You working along people that gives 50%, 40%, 30%,
yeah.
and these are the individuals that are awarded at the end of the year with monetary awards and attaboys and things like that. The people like me, we don't have time to go to these type of functions because we're busy doing the work. The work of
Well, that's
the
what
government.
you did wrong, isn't it? You shouldn't have been
Yeah,
working.
yeah, because growing up in the 1960s, my work ethic is very, very defined. Okay. This is what I need to do, and this is what I'm going to do. Okay. And it was Generation Jones. Okay. That's, I guess, in between the baby boomers or Gen X, whatever.
Mm.
So the thing of it is, we went through the status quo. Okay. We accepted that. Okay. This is what you want us to do. We're going to do this. Okay. Let's go. All right. Did I agree with everything about the status quo? Mostly not. Because people like me, where I come from, we saw things a lot differently. Well, how does this benefit me? But it did benefit me because I had this federal job, and I'm like, hey, I got a federal job. You know what I'm saying? I coming from the hood, and I'm like, it was a glorified position
Yeah.
for me. So
Yeah.
why wouldn't I want to hold on to that? You know what I'm saying? Most people where I come from, Detroit, they worked in the plant. Okay. I was not plant material because I can't be robotic. I can't be robotic. You have to do things a certain way at a certain time. And I'm like, oh no, that's not me. All right. And then I said, okay, well, maybe I can go in the actual military. I'm like, no, that's not for me because, they got to break you all the way down and build you back up. And I'm like, I've already been broke down. I'm not being broke down again. Okay. So I went the non-traditional route. I went to school and then I got this associate's degree. And then they say, okay, well, you got these skills, so we could use you as a technician to help the engineers. I'm like, okay, I get that. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, yes. And I followed that path uh until it ended,
Mhm.
obviously. Okay. And when I reached my final destination and I'm like, look, I love Alaska. This is a beautiful place. I wanted to retire somewhere where I could get my high three salary. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't going back to the Midwest. Been there, done that. Okay. I'm not going to California. I don't like heat and earthquakes and smalls, all that stuff. Okay. No. So Alaska, the final frontier. That sounds like a place called home. Okay. Additionally, it's separated from the United States. No offense. Um, but we call the lower 48. Okay. Okay. Keep the chaos down there. We're gonna enjoy the country up here. No, but there's chaos and stuff everywhere, but it is so beautiful here all year
Mm.
round. Okay. And I can get with that. And you can go out and you can see the mountains. And when you see the snow covering, the snow getting ready to cover, okay, all right, we getting ready to get into our winter season, which is 12 hours of constant light. I'll take it. And then then it'll switch and then it'll be dark 12 hours. I said, I don't
Okay.
care. I'll take that. I'll take that
Yeah.
over anything else. Okay. So I really, really tried to make things work at that job. I really did. Every day I would come home. Okay, what part did I play in this chaos and confusion that that came up? Okay, how could I have handled it differently? And I kept doing this each and every day.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
self examination. Because if there's a problem, you don't look out there first. You look here. You look here.
Yeah.
All right.
So were you
And
saying what's wrong with me then, rather than what's wrong with the company? Where I'm working.
yeah, because that's my mentality. It always
Yeah.
has to be something with
Yeah.
me because ever since childhood, it's always something. It was always me. It was not nobody else. It was not my dad. It was not my stepmom. It was always me.
Mm.
So that's why I started with me. Okay, what part did I play here? What could I have done differently? Could I have said something differently? And after I kept questioning myself, I started getting more angrier and angrier and angrier, realizing that it really wasn't me. It was a passive aggressive workplace where I worked that honed in on me specifically. Okay. I come in there with an air about myself. Okay. I got these years of service. I know this. I know that. I don't need you. This was my attitude. I have an air about myself. And somebody said, well, Margaret, you can be very intimidating. I'm like, okay. All right. And your point.
I think the thing is you're very powerful. I don't find you intimidating because I know you. But I think somebody meeting you for the first time could be a little bit intimidated. But you are a powerful woman and you have loads of experience. They could have learned a lot from you had they tried.
Yes, exactly. Because you sought me out. Okay. I applied for the job because I had to come back to the United States because I had to get ready to retire within the next 3 years. That's what my thought is. Okay. I got 39 years of service. I want to retire July next year.
Yeah.
Period. My
Yeah.
target date.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to go to this place. I'm gonna be here for at least 3 years, okay? Because they're paying $20,000 to bring me back to the United States. They have to pay for everything, all of my goods and services. Everything that I have brought up to this point. They have to bring it. They have to unpack it. They have to do everything. So obviously, I'm going to have to give them the 3 years. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll give you 3 years. Okay, you do this and I'll do that. But all the crap that I had to put up with in the meantime.
Mm.
Okay. And so it's like, it was not just one person. It's like, it was a multitude of people.
Mm.
And I could see the behavior, and the thing of it is, it's like, they don't show you to your face. They do things behind your back. It's like they throw a rock and they hide their hand. Okay, that's fine. You want to play those kind of games, whatever. I'm gonna continue focusing on this job like I did when I was in Iraq, like I did when I was Israel, when we had all these mortars and everything coming down and all this crap that you're talking about. Really, this is really juvenile.
Mm.
It really is.
Yeah,
Okay.
given what you've already been through, this is minor. It should be, but they got in your head, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, because most of the people that was doing all this crap have never left this state. They have never experienced anything similar to what I have. And it was really, I said, I'm going to just ignore these ignorant people, because I know me, because I can really go off on people. And I'm like, I'm not going to be that black, angry woman that they want me. I'm going to be just the opposite.
Mm.
Okay. So,
But did that mean you were pushing the anger down then? Like when you
yeah,
were working, you were pushing it down and then it was bubbling up inside you. When I met you, I could feel the anger bubbling up.
yeah. And the thing of it is, it would bubble up at the least expected time. Okay. I might be
Yeah.
talking to a friend and I might get triggered by something and I'll just go off. And they're like, what the hell wrong with her? See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
These things will bubble up at the time that I didn't need it to. Or if my daughter called me and asked me for something, and I'm under pressure right now, and my supervisor called with some stupid crap. What is this? Why did you do it this way? Could you have done it differently? And I say, when we look at a situation, yes, each and every one of us can do things a different way. Does that mean it's wrong? No, it does not. It just means that I just see it a different way than you. Okay?
Yeah.
So she'll take everything, she'll put it in there, and she'll merge all the changes, including all the edits, the little edits. I might have forgot an E or this or that, the other. Okay. All right. You can nitpick this all you want. Okay. When y'all get done nitpicking, I'll make all the changes necessary. Period. Okay.
Mm.
And I believe in constructive criticism, but this was over the top. I'll say that. Okay. So in the meantime, you're taking all this documentation that you're collecting on me and writing it up. So you're going to use this when my time comes for my evaluation
Mm-hmm.
to say, oh, Margaret, you have made so many mistakes here. Look at all of these mistakes you've made on this $400 million project that we paid $20,000 to bring you here. And we said that you were highly sought after, and we really wanted you for this job. Yet everything that I did, and just, I like, okay. Then you try to take that information and try to, no, I got a bad evaluation. I got marked down for all of these things.
Mm.
Okay. Then I go to the next supervisors. I'll go to his office. I was like, sir, I'd like to talk to you about some issues that I'm having with my supervisor. And he tells me to pray. I'm like, sir, I done prayed 4 or 5 times before I came to talk to you. Okay. And I was standing over his desk, and I'm like, oh, ooh, ooh. I thought about it later. I'm like, oh, that was so disrespectful. He was sitting out talking over him. I was standing there. I was talking loud to him by that time. And he's probably like, what the hell are you coming in my office talking to me this way? It's the end. I'm like, sir, I needed another answer other than prayer because that's not working. And he said, well, I think you should go back and work things out with your supervisor, sir. I said, okay, well, thank you very much for your help. Okay. That didn't get me anywhere. So I went to his supervisor. Sir, I need to have a conversation with you about some things about my supervisor. And he said, well, did you talk to Carrie? I said, I haven't seen Carrie. And when I did talk to Carrie, I'm just mentioning names. At this point, I really don't care. Okay. When I went to talk to Carrie, well, Margaret, there's protocols and there's things that we can do and things that we can't do. And I'm like, okay, you're talking to a person that has worked for the federal government for 39 years. Don't talk to me like I am stupid. Okay. I'm thinking to myself, okay, none of these people are getting it. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to call the executive office and I'm going to go see what the colonel got to say about all of these things. Okay. I sit down, have a meeting with the colonel, and he's like, hey, Margaret, how you doing? I'm like, sir, I am great. I am really great. He's like, well, what can I do for you today? And I thought about it. Oh, my God, why did I come and talk to the colonel? And the colonel going to go back and ask me, did I talk to blah, 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 blah. Because anytime you do anything, you have to start at the bottom.
Yeah,
work your up. And I'm saying I've already had these conversations and they were pointless and nothing happened. Okay. I had two choices. I felt like at that time, I'm going to go to EEO or I'm going to talk to Colonel. Me and the Colonel sat down and had a wonderful conversation. I'm like, sir, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to go back and talk to Jim again and see if I can resolve the issue because I don't want to get you involved at this point in time because he's going to want to know what steps did I take to mitigate this at the lowest level. And really, I had not because I had a short fuse at this point in time.
Yeah.
Because every time my supervisor will call me, I immediately have my blood pressure go up. Okay, my heart started beating fast.
Yeah.
Sweating, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on now? Okay. And in the meantime, you're gathering all this information. And then you tell me, okay, well, Margaret, we want to sit down and have a meeting with you. Okay. And talk about your performance. And that's never a good thing when somebody's already put all this stuff in place. And I know some people, and they said once they sit down and say, this your improvement plan, that's the beginning of them to get the paperwork to fire you.
Which is the same in any company, yes. Yeah, once you get put on a personal improvement plan, a PIP as they call it, yeah, that's it, the road out. So
exactly.
did you think to yourself, in that case, I'm going to go before they get rid of me?
Well, I know when people dig a hole for you, really they should dig one for themselves. Okay. I was smart enough to know that if you get enough information on me, I'm going to retire before you have that chance to do that. I'm not going to get them. I'm not going to say that. Okay. So in the meantime, you see people walking down the hall, just smiling and giggling, and they're gathering all this information against me. Okay. And so when we have this meeting, my supervisor said, yeah, I've gathered this information and these people say that Margaret, she has problems and this and that and the other. But what happened was my supervisor had accidentally sent me an email that said that, oh, this is a regular occurrence with Margaret. She sent it to me accidentally. It was meant Okay. And I was like, okay. No, she didn't do that. She was stupid enough to do that. And Jim say, Jim said, oh, well, I had that happen to me once. I accidentally sent an email to an employee and included everybody. And he said, I went back later and apologized to that person because he said he realized it was hurtful.
Mm,
She never came back to me and said nothing,
no.
period. And I told Jim, I could not work for her, period. And you're going to tell me that you're going to allow her to also rate me on my evaluation? That shows clear bias.
Mm,
Clear, clear as day.
mm,
A blind man can see that.
yeah.
Okay. And he said, well, Margaret, I can't move you because if I move you, I have to move everyone else. And I'm thinking to myself, that is not my problem. Okay. You have me working on this $400 million runway project that is important to Alaska, the state of Alaska, this organization, and my career. When an athlete, somebody getting ready to retire, they want to retire on the top of their game. They don't want to be in the toilet.
No.
Okay. This is a character assassination at its finest. And you
Yeah.
tell me you cannot move me? Okay. He said, well, this is what I'll do. I'll have her apologize to you instead. And I thought about that for a minute. I've never heard of anything like that. Nobody ever apologized for anything. When you apologize, that's the end of your career. You've seen a lot of politicians. Have you ever seen any politicians to come back and admit, oh, I made a mistake? That's
No.
that's
Yeah.
passive.
They go first. Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
do that. You just say, I retire. I'm done. Okay. So I said, okay, I'll accept that because that's all he was going to give me, obviously. Okay. I was like, I'll accept that.
Hmm.
But trust and believe there is a cost associated with that. Okay. So he said, what do you want for that? I was like, I want everybody in the room. I want you and Carrie and Jim and her in this room when she does that apology. I want to hear it. I want to
Hmm.
hear that. Okay. So she came in there. Her hands were shaking. She was shaking like a leaf. I'm like, I ain't say nothing. So she said, Mom, I apologize to you. No, I want to say, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. She apologized. And I said, you know what? I apologize too for the part that I played. Because I can be very, very foul. And I know that.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's not getting us anywhere. And it's taking away from the work that we are being hired here to do.
Yeah.
Okay? So everything was quiet after a while. Everything went back to its normal. I knew that was just a Band-Aid. Okay? Because if you do that to somebody, they're going to find a way to get you back.
Mm.
Okay? She
Yeah.
was not going to let that go. I knew that. Okay? I knew it. So I'm like, whatever. I'm just going to go back doing my job and everything. And so after that, she would still send me little snide emails about different things and other people that are working within there. And they're all together and they're doing all of these things. And they're not really helping me to do anything. Anything that I have to figure out, no, I have to figure it out myself. I can't call and ask any of them to do anything. For them to sabotage me and then come back and say, well, I told you. Okay. So I have to figure out everything on my own. It just took me a lot longer to do things, but I stayed professional for the most part. Okay. I did have spurts where I had situations. So everything continued on, and then with the evaluation, basically, we don't care what you did overseas, okay? This is all you get here, okay? Take it or leave it. I'm like, whatever. I knew coming in there they wasn't giving me jack. As long as you give me a paycheck at the end of the 2 weeks, you can take your awards and you can stick them wherever you want. I don't care, okay? I got plenty of awards on my wall that I've already hung up. So from generals and everything else. So get over yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So they just still kept coming for me. And so when the Trump administration said fork in the road, my ears perked up. Okay. I'm like, yes, I've been there for a while. I've been treading water. And the first time he was offering people 8 months, you can leave. 8 months, you can stay at home for 8 months and figure out what you want to do, and you can still get paid. I'm like, that sounds too good to be true. Okay, that sounds way too good to be true. I like, no, I don't take that one. Then they kept coming for me, kept coming for me, kept coming for me, and I'm like, okay, let's see. Then he gave 6 months. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna take it. I said, I'm gonna take. I never heard of anything like this, but I'm gonna take it because this job is really killing me. It is killing me. And then you're asking me, what did I do last week? These messages was coming from Pete Hegseth, from
Yeah.
from way above. Now the agency, they don't have enough people to do the work that they have already. The Trump administration came in. We're going to make these cuts to the government because the government is too big. Okay. In certain aspects, it is. But in certain aspects, it's not. And when you talk about impacting a mission, that's something else. So he's making these cuts from here, and the people here is like, oh my God, what are we going to do? So when she kept coming for me, I'm like, okay, I'm done. He said from the 4th through the 14th of April, on the 10th, I submitted my paperwork.
Mm.
And then after that, they said, okay, Margaret, your position is abolished. So that means that your supervisor, she now has to do the work that you were doing and her work.
That's karma, isn't it? That is karma.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because when it's not good enough, you should do it yourself. Okay.
Yeah. 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 So what's your position now? Have you actually left now, or are you still on that? We call it garden leave in the UK.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm loving it. I look at it as purgatory.
Yeah.
Okay. I was waiting almost 2 months to get some information from the Army Benefits Center on, okay, I have annual leave, I have sick leave. All the sick leave that I accumulated is going to turn into service time. Okay. Even though my time stops on September 30th. Okay. I don't know how much sick leave I have. It doesn't even matter at this moment. They got to pay me for that. Okay. So that's going to add years to my service. It might get me close. It'll get me close in service time to next year, but I don't know specifics. Okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. And then I got to turn on, my you know, federal Blue Cross. All of those things are going to transfer to the retirement. Whatever. And I have to go through they finally assigned me a retirement counselor. And I don't know how long that process is going to take, but at least it's starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're on the road. Yeah.
Yes. Now I can start to get some closure. Okay. So I'm figuring next week, I'm going to go ahead and apply for my Social Security. I don't know what the future holds. I said I wasn't going to apply for the Social Security because I didn't want to limit myself how much money I can make per month.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Because right then it's maybe limited to maybe $2,700 a month that I can make outside of my pension and Social Security to prevent from impacting my Social Security.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because once you get 67, then you can make as much money as you want and it won't
Yeah.
affect your
Yeah.
security. But I have a ways to get there. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I need to give myself a buffer. I've paid for this and I don't know how long Social Security is going to be around. I'm going to get mine now. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to
Get what
get
you
mine now.
can. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right? And I'll limit myself to how much money I can make. I'm okay with that. Okay? That's a good place to be. Okay?
Well, yeah, because at the end of the day, your health is more important than your income. As long as you can pay your bills and you can live, the rest is a bonus, isn't it? But it's your health that matters, and it was your health that was suffering the last time I spoke to you.
Absolutely. So I will take the Social Security, okay, the pension and everything that I have earned. I want it now.
Yeah.
Okay. Because some people was telling me it might take 90 to 120 days to even get my Social Security. So I like even more reason to start now because uh, the Trump administration has cut so many government workers like me that had all this experience who's left to actually do the work.
Mm.
Okay. Because I call behavioral health because I've been experiencing PTSD. Okay. And we've been playing phone call back and forth. And they finally called me yesterday. And so she said for me to get EMDR, I would have to be on a waiting list. Okay.
Right.
And I have Blue Cross Blue Shield. Now, if I didn't have Blue Cross Blue Shield, I don't know what services would be provided.
Mm.
Okay. Because they say, well, while you're waiting for behavioral health, if you have an issue, please call 911 or go to your closest crisis center. I like, okay, thank you very much for a person who has served their country. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. So as they keep cutting the government and getting rid of all these services that people like me are going to need that are retired, either retired or disabled or things like that, take a number and just wait in line and hopefully you'll get a call back.
Yeah. At some point. Yeah.
Okay? And this is
So, yeah.
what we're paying for out of
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
our paychecks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And those costs are going to continue to elevate and the amount of services that we receive from them are going to go down. And where's that money going?
Mm. Yeah.
And you're doing me a service? No, this is a very bad disservice.
Yeah. Yeah. You pay all your life into it to get the benefits out when you need it. And then they say, get in line. We'll get to you when we get to you.
Yeah, we don't know how long those lines are.
Yeah, exactly. And getting
Right?
longer. It's the same here. It's getting longer. It's just the way things are, isn't it? So what are your plans now? So once you can say goodbye to the army and they've gone, what are your plans? Because you're obviously on Substack and you're doing your empowered leader and you're writing and you're building up a following, and I think you're doing your coaching as well. So what's your intentions? Where are you going to go? Or are you just going to put your feet up in Alaska and go fishing or something with your dogs?
The thing is, Sue, I was called to serve. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I continue to do that because that's who I am. I know nothing else. And so I'm going to continue with the publication. And right now, I'm just figuring out what that's going to look like. Okay. I don't want to just be haphazard about it. I want to be intentional.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to bring value to people.
Yeah. 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 Because what I
Okay.
was going to ask is, what do you think you've learned over the years as a military, what's the word? not like a normal person, a civilian, a military civilian. That's the word I'm thinking of. A normal person.
It's all good.
What have you picked up from there that you can use in, the regular world now?
Basically, my religious upbringing and my military uh, work are basically the same. Honestly, when I
Yeah.
sat looked at it, that's the reason why I gravitated to the army so easily,
Mm,
because of the structure, the discipline that was required.
yeah.
Okay. And doing those things intentionally, I have reached a level of success. Okay.
Yeah.
So since I know that, those are the same things that I transfer over into my personal and my business as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I think, even these days, there are so many young women that are pushed away from careers like yours, in the construction industry, for example. There's very few female construction managerial positions. There's very few female CEOs, so there's limited leadership. Um, so there's a lot you can bring to help young women realize that they can do anything they want to do at the end of the day. Any job that they want to do, they can train for.
Absolutely. We're in training our whole lives. I've been in training
Yeah.
for this job my whole life. And if you once you realize and you see the progression of your life and your career, and you'll say, yes, yes, I have been, somebody has been pushing me in that area the whole time.
Yeah.
How how can I utilize that to the best of my ability? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where you always have to be thinking. Okay? Constantly.
Yeah.
How can I raise the bar? How can I raise the bar? Just like that little train. I think I can. I think I can.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's really no different.
No, that's it. Yeah. Every day you can move forward a little bit. That's the way I look at it. Like every day we can improve a little bit more on what we did yesterday. Every task you do, you can improve a little bit more on what you did last time you did that task, even if it's just, I make bread. So I try little experiments. What if I do this? And what if I do that? Will it be a little bit better? And just keep trying different things. And I think we can do that in any area of our life.
Yeah,
So I,
just
I walked 5 miles today. Maybe tomorrow I'll walk 5.5 miles. I didn't walk 5 miles today. That's just an example. Maybe tomorrow I'll walk 5.5, and then maybe I'll work. And what can I do on top of what I've already done? Rather than thinking, okay, I did that. That's marvelous. Pat myself on the back. Brilliant. But what can I do now? And keep asking yourself that.
one of the things I find is that I put too many expectations on myself.
Mm.
I'm at the point in life at this time. I'm not going to do that. Okay? I'm not going to sit there and say I'm going to do 5 miles. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to walk. Okay? And
Yeah.
wherever I get to, I get to.
Yeah.
And that is an accomplishment in itself.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. But what I was saying is the next day you could walk a little bit further if you wanted to, but you don't have. That's exactly it. You don't have to. It's up to you what you do. What a little bit of improvement would be. Okay, well, I went for a walk and then I sat and meditated for a while under a tree. I sat and just looked at the birds or whatever. It's just making sure you improve. All right, put it a different way. Improve on your life a little bit every day.
Yeah, because one of the things that I fight with myself about over these years is I was constantly competing against myself, not other
Mm,
people.
mm.
Okay? And that was exhausting.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay? And so I stopped doing that and I feel much better.
yeah. Because what have you got to prove now? 39 years of service. You got to the top. What have you got left to prove? Nothing. You don't have to prove anything.
No, not at all. And that's where I am today. And I am
Yeah.
enough. And
Yeah.
I can say that and feel good about it.
Which is
If I don't, yeah, right. If I don't do nothing else today, I can feel good about that.
yeah. Yeah. That's brilliant. I mean, that is a pinnacle, isn't it? That's where people should be. That they, I spent most of my life trying to prove that I was good enough, that I was clever enough, and then you've got to ask yourself, for who? Who are you proving it to? Nobody
Right.
cares at the end of the day, do they?
Right. They don't. So I'm okay with that. And
Yeah.
and that is freedom.
Yeah.
First time in my life I'm free.
Yeah. Brilliant. Oh, well done. That's brilliant.
There, I don't feel just like my publication. I lost a paid subscriber, and I'm like, okay, just like I got that one, I can get another one.
Yeah.
Um, I don't feel under pressure that I have to write an article every Wednesday or every Tuesday, or to fill somebody's expectations of me being a good writer or being a good coach or whatever. It doesn't define me or who I am. If I
No,
don't write out, it doesn't define me. Okay.
exactly. Exactly. Okay, right. So this has been such a brilliant conversation. Um, I always love talking to you anyway. You're so inspirational.
Likewise.
And I'm just so happy to see how happy you are and how much better you look. Not that you didn't look fantastic when I first met you, but you look you can see yourself like the light in you now. You're not at that angry lady I first met.
And I'm glad because I was miserable. I really
Mhm.
was.
Mm.
Okay. And now I can just be happy, just being myself, with myself. Um and I'll take that.
Yeah.
Truly. Now I'm not saying I'm not going to write again because I have been going around Substack, different places, and just connecting with people on a deep level.
Yeah.
And and once I do start back writing, it will automatically enhance my writing as well.
Definitely. And yes, Stella says Margaret is a powerhouse indeed. I totally agree. She is. She's a very powerful lady.
And so is she. That's
Yeah.
why we're all connected.
Yes. And yeah, BG, who has been putting comments on about following him back all the way through, says that I also look fantastic. Thank you. That's very kind. Yeah. So thank you, everybody that is here and has been watching, and everybody that watches the replay. We're very grateful to you. Is there anything that you wish I'd asked you, Margaret, and I didn't?
No, we just, we all are empowered leaders and we all will continue to evolve,
Yeah.
uh, change and transition and become the people that we're meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll do
Yeah.
that for
Yeah, I think that's brilliant. That's a brilliant way to end because I think, we've all got something to teach and we've all got something to learn. So we can support each other and we can all just keep moving forward. So,
yes, yes.
and BG Austin says that you're a powerhouse, Margaret. Bless. Okay, then. All right. So, thank you all and thank you, Margaret. And I will see you again soon.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holiday. Oh, yeah, July the 4th is coming up, isn't it? Happy
Tomorrow.
holiday, everybody. Take care. Bye.